Good morning, Blues. Welcome to AG Chelsea TV, your daily dose of everything Chelsea. From the latest transfer updates to match previews, exclusive insights, and behind-the-scenes action, we've got you covered. It's a brand new day, and there's plenty to talk about in the world of the Blues. So grab your coffee, sit back, and let's dive into today's top stories. Belgian sources say £20 million man closer to Chelsea than expected. Chelsea's goalkeeping situation is a source of constant intrigue at the moment, and that doesn't look likely to change anytime soon. The Blues have a number one they don't really trust in Robert Sanchez, and a backup they trust even less. George Petrovic, who got an extended audition last season, was loaned out to our sister club Strasbourg this season, showing there wasn't much faith in him either. The wildcard in all this is Mike Penders, the teenage Belgian giant signed for £20 million last summer and left on loan at Genk. From everything we hear, there's serious excitement about his potential, but he's a long way off Premier League ready. He's only recently become first choice for Genk, and still has only a handful of senior games to his name. We haven't had that much concrete information on what the club think of him, so it's interesting to hear what Voetbalkrant in Belgium are reporting. They say that Genk are pushing to take him on loan for another season, a plan which Chelsea don't sound too keen on. The Blues are apparently looking for extra competition under the bar, with Robert Sanchez likely to be saying goodbye. Penders himself apparently feels ready to fight for playing time. A loan to Strasbourg to replace Petrovic, who could return to Stamford Bridge, is also suggested, and that still seems most likely to us. Without doubt Penders is closer to being our first choice now than he would have expected, but chucking him in now would be risky, and leaving him on the bench for a year a waste. A year at Strasbourg seems to suit everyone, although we wouldn't be against him staying at Genk either as long as he's playing every week. Enzo reveals his perfect number 9. Chelsea are looking to sign a striker in the upcoming summer transfer window, with the club having a 4-man shortlist of options they are considering making a move for. My perfect number 9 is exactly Nicolas Jackson. Emphatically, Enzo Maresca got his message across loud and clear. If we can have a copy of Nico, it's okay, the Chelsea head coach added when jokingly asked if he would like to clone the striker. I have said many times, and you can see as well, with Nico we are a better team. Nico is the one we need. Last season, he scored goals without penalties. This season he scored goals until he was injured. Now, hopefully he can score more goals without penalties. We are happy with Nico. And about next season, it's not the moment to talk about transfers. Chelsea will sign a number 9 this summer, there is seemingly no doubt about that. The doubt arises when the question, who, is asked. The Blues have a 4-man shortlist of players they are considering summer swoops for. It consists of Liam Delap, Jonathan David, Hugo Ekitike, and Benjamin Sesko. Football.London understands. While Victor Osimhen is still admired and being looked at, the Nigerian would present the most expensive option, and he is also the oldest. Topically, Delap is coming to Stamford Bridge on Sunday afternoon but will be the enemy, as Maresca put it, as he prepares to try and stop the man who scored over 20 goals under his tutelage during their days at Manchester City's academy. Maresca already knew it, but the Chelsea defenders will now be well aware they need to be at their best on Sunday, with the 22-year-old proving to be a relentless menace in the reverse fixture where he scored the opening goal after winning a penalty back in late December. Chelsea made contact to sign Jem. Chelsea still have plenty to play for over the next 2 months as they fight to end the 2024-25 campaign with a trophy to show for their efforts on the pitch. The Blues have one foot in the semi-finals of the Conference League after they traveled to Poland to hammer Legia Warsaw 3-0 in the first leg of their quarter-final clash on Thursday evening. Tariq George opened the scoring, with his first senior goal for the club, and Noni Madueke scored twice to secure a comfortable victory for Enzo Maresca's side. The Blues will be hoping to win their first Conference League trophy to claim a piece of silverware in the manager's first season at the club, whilst also attempting to qualify for the Champions League. According to The Athletic's David Ornstein, Chelsea are one of a number of clubs interested in a deal to sign central defender Dean Huijsen from Bournemouth in the upcoming summer transfer window. The report claims that Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur, Newcastle United, and Liverpool are the other Premier League sides keen on a swoop for the Spain international, who has caught the eye with the Cherries this season. It states that all 4 of those clubs, as well as Chelsea, have made contact with the player's representatives to see where his head is at ahead of the summer. Ornstein's report adds that the Spanish centre-back has a £50 million release clause in his current contract with Bournemouth, which would allow teams to snap him up without having to have drawn out discussions with his club. It reveals that the Cherries and Huijsen both want a transfer, or for him to commit to staying at the Vitality as early as possible in the window, to avoid any late drama. This means that Chelsea could get a deal for the young central defender wrapped up early, allowing them to focus on other positions later in the window. Chelsea target 2 Sancho replacement. According to Gimsport, Chelsea are stepping up their interest in Real Betis wonder kid Jesus Rodriguez, while Tottenham loanee Mathys Tel is also being monitored. One of the more prominent interests that Chelsea holds is in 19-year-old Rodriguez. The youngster plays alongside Manchester United's Antony in Seville, and his electric pace and tireless work ethic is thought to have caught the eyes of the recruitment team. Another player who fits that category is Tel, the Frenchman, who is also 19 years old, was one of the most talked about prospects in the January transfer window. Spurs were the club who were able to pick up the winger, but only on a loan until the end of the season. It is hard to see at this moment why Chelsea would pay £25 million for Jadon Sancho when they could pay £5 million not to sign him. Things have not worked out for him at the Blues, and ultimately a reunion with his parent club seems inevitable now. This could be best for all parties, especially if Sancho would not get the game time he craves at Chelsea should he sign permanently. Targeting younger players seems to be a wise option too, considering the changing face of football these days, and both Rodriguez and Tel offer more potential than Sancho. Osimhen discusses future. Speaking to local media after scoring in Galatasaray's 2-0 victory over Samsunspor, Victor Osimhen shared an update on his future. "There are always rumors about me, of course," he explained. "I am enjoying both the club and my life here. The fans have also been incredibly supportive since the first day, all stakeholders within Galatasaray, everyone has helped me. Now I will fight for the 5th star with my team, and a decision will be made at the end of the season about what will be best for everyone. Galatasaray will forever be in my heart." It was a slightly non-committal answer from Osimhen to the question surrounding his future, but you can envisage from that his future lies away from Turkey. That's not necessarily a surprise considering his talent, but the question is whether or not Chelsea should be looking at him. The answer to that seems easy: yes, of course they should. Napoli are desperate to sell, so Chelsea could bag themselves a great bargain. He hasn't played in the Premier League before, but he has all the attributes to do it. That's a wrap for today's Chelsea news. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to AG Chelsea TV so you never miss an update on the Blues. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep the blue flag flying high. Come on, Chelsea.